It's Week 11 of the National Football League.
And we've got the Dragons' creative quarterback. He's going to have to air it out plenty this week. It's going to be a good one. All that and more coming up next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League finds us in the capital city of Columbus, Ohio.
With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The NFL season has hit high gear, and off we go in Week 11 on EA Sports.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their second-year quarterback.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wakefield. And again, the run defense stout this time. He maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage, but no more. 3 and out, a real danger here on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 12. Looking to throw. Foot.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They get 14 yards there at a first down.
Well, on 3rd down, he wanted to go to one of his most dependable targets, and that's who he found, his tight end there, to pick up the first, Charles.
And you use the proper word there, dependable, and sometimes spectacular, because tight ends nowadays, they can do it all. But they're the guys you trust, especially across the middle of the field where there's traffic. He delivers, and they pick up nice yardage.
These are his numbers from last week's contest. 5 catches, 68 yards.
And I'd certainly expect them to use him quite a bit because he runs excellent routes, has good hands, and knows how to get open.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
And, Charles, you wonder about this defense coming in. I mean, look, it's no secret they're playing a team that's down on its luck right now. Losers of 5 straight. How does that change how you prepare for a game?
Well, to me, the first thought is you just get after them early, right? Take away any chance of them building any confidence. But the second thing is you prepare a little bit differently. You got to expect this team to take chances, go for it on 3rd and 4th downs, run a lot of trick plays, anything to try and break their losing streak. So you must stay alert and stay aware.
Well, this one almost intercepted. Not a good throw there. Nearly an opening drive, INT.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this only to about the 38 as they stop him a few yards shy of the line to gain. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. And he missed it. It's no good, and this will remain a scoreless game. Well, that opening drive looked good for a moment there, but they'll wind up being turned away thanks to the missed field goal.
And those especially hurt when you come into a game on the road. You're trying to get things to go your way early, and now you suffer a setback right out of the gate.
The Dragons offense and their wide receiver getting set for this next possession. And he's been one of the main focal points of this unit throughout the season, no doubt. Currently ranked second in the NFL in terms of receptions by a wideout.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be second down. In motion, the tight end. 2nd and 9 now. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Meyer. The numbers for him from a week ago: 8 catches, 72 yards.
And he's number 6 in the league in receiving yards, and he plays for his team first. But he also, in the back of his mind, he's thinking, if I can get into the top 5, that might affect his bonus in his contract.
Over the middle, complete. That's Meyer. 3rd catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down. Back to throw again. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Here's a 2nd and 9 now from the 29.
They'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Meyer. And finally, down he goes as they work it inside the 10 to the 7. A good pickup there at 22.
The opening drive, it continues, Charles, to be all pass, and it's working. Now they're on the doorstep of a touchdown here, 1st and goal.
Brandon, because it's working so well, I think the entire playbook is open for them right now. Do you want to run it? Do you want to continue to throw it? Spin the dial, make your choice. But right now, you like what you're doing in this possession.
So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. It's their quarterback. Touchdown number 18 on the year.
And the Dragons are on the board first here this afternoon.
That's a really good decision right there outside of the pocket. You've got to know the right time to shift from passer to runner. He was looking and looking, nothing there. You can almost feel the brainwaves firing as he calculates, I think I can win a race to the pylon. And he turns out to be right. Touchdown.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 7-0. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their 2nd drive.
In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wakefield. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that is incomplete.
That certainly looks like nothing to show now from these first two possessions. And guess what? When you're on a losing streak, that can lead to a full sense of, here we go again. So on the sidelines, the offensive play callers, quarterback, they've got to get together and dial something up to start their next drive. Otherwise, it could be a long game.
A punt of 46, a return of 5. And out will come the offense as they take over. Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they, if you just look at this game, Charles, on paper, they've got the edge, no doubt. They're hanging around the top of the NFC. On the other side, you got a squad that's towards the bottom of the NFC. But when we mentioned that to the coaches, they were having no part of it.
Yeah, and I like how you said when we mentioned it. In fact, I mentioned it, and I upset them a little bit, didn't I? Because they wanted no part of that one, and I was reminded, like a 5-year-old, this is the NFL. Any given Sunday, anything can happen. They are guarding against the upset.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. And that gain of 9 buys them a new set of downs.
And how about that on 3rd down? So many different directions an offense can go. Throw it out wide to the receivers, get it to their speedy running back. They changed up everything and handed it to the fullback, and he surprised them all and picked up a 1st down.
And incomplete on the deep ball.
When you look at this defense,
into this game, they're ranked number 22 in the NFL against the pass, Charles.
And those are the kind of plays that this unit needs to make, because they know that going against a team of this magnitude and the way that they're playing, they cannot afford to let them get on a roll or chip away at their timing. One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback.
Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they have the game here followed by the open date on their calendar next weekend. And Charles, this is a crew that you have to think really is relishing the opportunity to be on the couch for a few days.
Yeah, they certainly are, but let's face it, partner. They can't get caught looking ahead to that couch time while they're playing this one. They've got to take care of business first.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. That's Peterson. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Foot. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down. Off play action. Foot. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. The catch and run, good for 18 and a 1st down.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw. Foot. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now, Toronto in possession of the football.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Foot. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward. They go play action here on first down. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
They decided the opportunity was there and launched a deep ball, but he was unable to get away from the defender. Couldn't create space, couldn't uncover the end of the route, and that one winds up incomplete.
And he stopped immediately there. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9. And they need 10 yards out of it on third. Operating from the gun. Foot. A loss of 8 on the play, and it brings up fourth. So coming on now is the field goal unit. They're going to try for 3, and he'll need all the leg he's got here. And this is going to wind up left. Well struck, but it's no good, and this will stay at a 7-point game.
And anytime you see a kicker trot out to try one for 56 yards, you know everything's got to come off perfectly for it to have a chance. If the laces aren't quite right, if he doesn't hit the fat part of the ball just right, it's unlikely to go through. And that one winds up no good.
So the missed 56-yarder, and now the flip side. Good starting field position at the 46 near midfield. They'll try and start this drive in the air.
Oh, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
And the return here will go to the 31-yard line.
So this defense coming up with a takeaway, and maybe that's something that can bring a little life to that sideline.
Well, I don't want to say that they've been sleepwalking through this first half because that's simply not true, but you're right. We haven't seen a lot of fire from these guys, really on either side of the ball. So maybe that's the catalyst that they needed to get them back into this game.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. And they'll take over here following the interception with a chance to tie the ball game. It's 1st and 10.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Foot. And he's going to be taken down. Back around the 35-yard line. A loss of 4 that time on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
I think a lot of time when we see a sack, you say, well, you blame it on the offensive line, the quarterback. But here, maybe you just tip your hat to the defender. What a play.
Yeah, and I think sometimes they just get a sense of the play before the ball's even snapped. Kind of like a sprinter anticipating the gun in a race. They're off, and guess what? The quarterback's down.
They haven't made much of this great starting field position they had. Here's 3rd and 6. Back to throw. Foot. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And this won't do it. He needed 6. He only got halfway there.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
And the 10-year vet knocks it through the goalposts. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3.
So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back, but make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. They'll look to throw here on 1st down.
That's caught. It's the rookie from Oregon.
And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, tight, sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you may curl it a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 11 more on that one and another first down. Back to throw here. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. He finds his man, complete. That's Meyer. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. And that is incomplete.
The coverage keyed in on him since that last completion his way. He earned a little more attention on that route, and that made it a lot tougher to get a clean throw his way.
And his kick is right there. It's good.
So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
Looking to throw. Foot.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That 3rd down conversion good for 23.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Back to throw. Foot. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Peterson. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Looking to throw. Foot.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And they will take over at the 26-yard line.
CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape, he's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try and increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Took just one play to move all the way to the 44 as they try again on 1st down. He'll drop to throw. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. And he is going to lose yardage here. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard. And they'll send the tight end in motion. 2nd and 11. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. He'll look to throw. That is caught. And he's got this down to the 35. Instead of a 3rd and 1 run, they go pass, and they get 12 yards out of it.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, defense.
So roughing the passer, and this is a unit, Charles. They hold their breath every time they see their quarterback go down and get hit like that.
Yeah, they understand how important these last couple of months are for this team. They can ill afford to have anything happen to him if they want to accomplish their goals.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Shaw. And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. Our score 10-3 with 2 minutes remaining in quarter number 2.
2nd down and a yard.
They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. Now back to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Oh, man. Just when the D thought they had the answer for him, he went and changed the question. Surprises him by taking off himself. He's able to set up
into a double team, and it's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
The defense looked geared up to stop the run, but obviously, Charles, they were ready for the pass, too.
Yeah, they were hoping they could catch everyone crashing and playing the run, but that was a very ill-advised throw right there. The opportunity, lost.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. But the good news for them, they got the football. The bad news, they have to go 99 yards here as they start this drive out on their own 1-yard line.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he is not going to get away. The rush was too strong, and this is going to wind up a safety.
I have to think the sooner halftime can get here for them, the better, because that first half has been rough. And that safety, it only adds to their issues. The other sideline, though, I think they're fine if we just skip the break and keep playing.
After the safety, remember, they also need to give up the football, and here's the free kick. Fielded just inside the 20. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
They don't want to repeat a first down. They'll keep it on the ground.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains.
One more time, they'll keep it on the ground. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? And on now is the punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. 6-yard return after a punt of 48. And control of the football, switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. He finds his man, complete. It's Peterson. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. A final shot before break. Foot. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So we come upon halftime with 9 points separating these two teams. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll begin in the Alamo city of San Antonio, Texas, where you see the final score there. The Dreadnoughts take another big step towards playing January football as they improve their record to 8-4 with the W. From there, we're off to check out another game. And as you see, they were winners back on Thursday night. 21-16, the final. This has certainly been a fun one to watch so far. We knew this was going to be a battle, and we have not been disappointed. This is the kind of game that could wind up hinging on which side can play mistake-free football the rest of the way.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Dragons offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And it's been a struggle for him all afternoon. This defense has really done a nice job of making him earn everything he gets, and it's prevented him from getting into any kind of rhythm here today. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And despite the turnovers, Charles, and they had multiple in that first half, they still have the lead as they begin this third quarter.
And they probably heard some conflicting tones at the half, don't you think? A lot of praise for what they did to get this lead, but also a little bit of scolding because they got to take better care of the football in the second half. But you and I both know the great leaders, they know how to give that little bit of vinegar in there and cover it with a big dose of honey.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down. He'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Meyer. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play, and it'll be second down. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. They pick up 12 on the play there, and they move the chains.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
And he's taken down inside the 30. It's a first down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He finds his man, complete. It's Jordan. And inside the 20 before he's brought down.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18.
Again, he'll drop to throw. He's going to be sacked back at the 23-yard line.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
It's interesting, partner, that most defenses try and guard the 35-yard line actively because they think the way kickers are nowadays, about a 52-yard field goal, they're kind of giving up points. But you get even deeper into territory, you get into the red zone, they're going to guard it even more, which means more pressure, more blitzing.
A quick throw, but incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make third down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big third down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Smart move to throw that one away. You're in field goal range, so you definitely don't want to be loose with the ball. And that's great work by this defense to force a 4th down.
And his kick here is good. And that's going to bump up their lead now to 15-3.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And they're going to have terrific field position as they finally get to him, but just shy of the midfield stripe.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
Back to throw. Foot. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
12 yards there and a first down.
Looking to throw. Foot. Buying time to his left. And he slides and covers up at the end as he's going to be able to pick up decent yardage. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down. Back to throw. Foot. He finds his man. Complete. It's Peterson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down. Up the middle they go. Wakefield. Going to give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
Well, they still have time to get him established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
And it's caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And it's caught. Touchdown. A great effort there. There to make the grab.
And the Mounties have got it back to within a score. So a strong drive here to lead off this third quarter and gets them right back in this football game.
And I think we can safely call that a statement drive because they had to be saying, we didn't put our best foot forward in the first half, but we certainly mean business now. Maybe a better term, a prove-it drive. They proved it to themselves that they were ready to go.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff.
And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1. And they'll run on the inside handoff.
And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And they'll send the tight end in motion here. They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It'll be a loss of 2 on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Excuse my snarkiness here, but isn't the idea of completing a pass supposed to mean you get downfield and gain yards?
Especially on 3rd down.
Yeah, that one. How about the defense? Figured that one out in a big way. Yeah, they completed it all right and lost yardage.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Toronto's offense ready to take over. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. Oh, the turnover fest continues. Here's another interception.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown.
That offense trying to erase that deficit, get a little bit closer here and climb back into this game in the 3rd quarter. Instead, they further their disadvantage, Charles, with a pick 6.
And that defense came out willing to do anything necessary to defend that lead. I think they looked around the huddle and said, who's going to make the big play? Who's it going to be? And the person just ended up in the end zone with the football. He was the one that answered the bell.
Point after, right down the middle. And it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. A lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And he gets this all the way down to the 20. What a return. Almost broke it for 6.
And that's the type of return that puts a tremendous amount of pressure on the defense now. They've got to go out on the field almost like it's a sudden change, almost like it's a turnover. They've got to go out there and try and stop them. But, boy, what a tough spot they're in.
On 1st down, Wakefield. And there just continues to be nowhere to run. He's bottled up again at the line of scrimmage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
They'll keep it on the ground. Wakefield. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. A solid pickup of 13 sets them up 1st and goal.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that 1st half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. Just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A great play there.
With his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Mounties are back within a score.
Sometimes you get a 1st and goal and you're back near the 7, 8, 9-yard line and you start thinking, maybe we'll run it here on 1st down to get half of what we need, so maybe we can have 2 or 3 shots at going for it from closer range. So this is a bonus right here. What a great run to work his way into the end zone.
Personal foul.
Extra point right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Still enjoying the lead here in the 3rd quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. This one complete to Ingram. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Now a first carry here for their running back. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now in Columbus. As we've got the final quarter upon us, we get ready to start the 4th. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Touchdown! A 22-yard touchdown grab.
And the Dragons look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Well, that's certainly going to bump up the old win probability index because now it's a 2-score game here in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, you're taking me into that deep water now. Win probability index. This game's definitely not over. We're not looking at a 0.5% or something. It's just 2 scores. But the way that this team has played, to me, what I've seen, they absolutely deserve to win this game. They've been the better team by far throughout.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it gives his guys a 12-point advantage. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Toronto's offense ready to take over. Well, that last touchdown we just saw, what an important one. Now it's back to a 2-score deficit for this crew as they take the field here, and they are in desperate need of finding the end zone.
And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31.
From the 31, here's 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Foot.
Now, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that's also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
Back to throw now on 1st down. His throw incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A 1st down, a 16-yard gain.
He certainly isn't looking at the scoreboard out there because, to me, all he's concerned about is analyzing the field and making most of the time left in this game. Deficit's still there, but he's starting to hit them with some big plays.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
Well, following the play now, they're going to stop the clock here as a man is shaken up. The medical staff is going to come out here and take a look, and we will take a short break.
They'll run on first down. Wakefield. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Now a give running right is Love.
And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. That'll wind up as a loss on the play, so now they're staring at a 3rd down and 12.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
On 3rd down, here's Love. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment.
4th down and no hesitation from Matt LaFleur as he sends out the field goal unit. On the left hash, this from 48 yards. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through, and that lead is back down to 9 now.
So the 3 points there, and CD, that helps them inch a bit closer.
Yeah, partner, when you're losing, any points you see go on the board in your favor, you're happy to take them.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Dragons offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play.
And we all know how talented this guy is who's calling the signals for him. But even the best in the game, they can struggle against a good, cohesive zone coverage. Can't find a gap in the secondary quick enough, and he ends up taking a sack.
And not much doing there, maybe a yard up to the 23.
And this is the worry because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
And it'll find the open man. That's complete.
And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. Flush to his right. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time. And that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
2nd and 10.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Now that's to the left sideline and incomplete.
Well, it will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
In motion goes the tight end. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield.
More than one defender there, and that's a loss of 5 on the sack.
Well, this has turned into an absolute week to forget for this quarterback. Multiple sacks. Pair that with multiple turnovers. As far as he's concerned, if he ever sees this defense again, it'll be way too soon.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They'll start the drive with Love here. And they'll get to him quickly here as he'll get a yard, just a yard to the 22. From the 22 now, here's the 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw. Foot. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd and the nose of the football. It'll be Love to try and get the first. And he goes out right around the 39. They'll get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. Now, yes, a 2-possession game, but a good chunk of time on the clock, so they have the ability still there to run it on 2nd and short, but maybe they need to pick it up a bit.
You're right. They did pick up the first down there, but they, as you mentioned, they have to pick up the pace now because it's a 2-possession game. They've got to get there twice to make sure they have a chance to win.
And this one too low.
Okay, I'm not quite sure how to judge that one. Maybe didn't have enough legs underneath him. Mechanics might have been off. Maybe some fatigue. That one came up short.
Yeah, 4th quarter. Maybe you do start to watch as the arm there, the leg's still there. This has been a tough game. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
From the gun on 3rd down. Foot.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified. Big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
Back to throw again. And this is going to be caught, but they'll say out of bounds. So it's incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Love. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. They'll look to throw again.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Operating from the gun, Foot. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, Foot. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
Back-to-back incompletions of what was once a nice drive, stalled out here. I'm going to give credit to the secondary partner. Never gave up as they gave up a few yards, and they came through on that play to deny that pass and force the 4th down.
And this one is right through, and that'll move them back within 6 now. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3 and out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
And takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Their lead back down to 1 score after the field goal a moment ago, so they'll be looking to string together a few first downs, likely on the ground as they begin 1st and 10.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. And he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over. Now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Toronto's offense ready to take over. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And he'll get this down inside the 5 to the 4 before he's out of bounds.
They come up now on 2nd and 2.
Back to throw.
Foot.
And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And it's caught. Touchdown. From 4 yards out.
And the Mounties take the interception on defense and convert it into 6 points. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, 2nd year in the NFL. I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
And now it looks like we're going to get a timeout here. We've got a man shaken up.
Well, hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw.
4th quarter, 2 minutes on the clock in a tight 1-point game.
So it's our home team here in possession of the football as we come back. They face a critical 3rd down now, needing a score here in the late going. Back to throw.
That is caught.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
I like what they did there, still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now.
He's back to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete.
2nd down, 8 yards to go.
Back to throw. He finds his man, complete. It's Shaw. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
They'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee you he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field.
The Mounties offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. We've got to have two hands on the football here as they run on first down.
And a 6-yard gain gets them right around the 43. Now a second timeout called for by the defense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Look at this, a tight end carry. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Now the defense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play. And they take a knee. And they'll send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now a high kick here as they'll try to cover this one. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. Just a 25-yard punt. Not what he was hoping for by any stretch. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Charles, still a one-possession game. Remember, it could have been two after they opted to go for it on fourth down in their own territory. Didn't get it, but their defense holds strong, and so this is a huge possession coming up here.
You're certainly right about that, partner, and a lot of people look at them going for it on fourth down as a failure when they didn't get it. But there's also their way of saying, hey, we have confidence in our defense because they went out and held them, got the ball right back for them. So nice stand for them. Momentum can swing back to their side if they have a good drive here.
Well, it took us until the final play, Charles, to officially decide a winner, although on that last play they were so backed up it would have taken a miracle, and they couldn't get that miracle done.
Well, I like how you stayed with it because we both knew that this had to go down to the last play, and neither side was going to exhale until that play concluded because we've seen the improbable before. A couple of laterals, maybe some poor defense on the back end. They might have gone all the way to the end zone. In this case, though, it didn't happen. Perhaps next time.
So for Toronto, it's just their second win here in 11 tries this season. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for Columbus, we'll see how this affects their playoff standing as they fall to 7-4 now on the year. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.